Say, come on, baby.
Bam! All right, welcome everybody to another edition of American Car Classics Radio. I am Kenny Schofield, and with me is Mike Carana and Todd Byron, and to my right, stage left, is Billy DeArton. Billy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
We've asked you to come along, and you're wearing a name tag. We are not.
I am. Yeah.
No.
And this is for the AACA, which is the
Antique Auto Club of America in the River County region.
I don't think Billy goes anywhere without that name.
No.
I think he goes to the supermarket with that name.
No, I go to bed without it because I don't wear clothes to bed. So,
Oh, okay.
Up here anyway.
You mean
I don't.
you mean after you take that shirt off, it's not branded
No,
on
it's
you
not
like
branded.
Yellowstone?
No,
Yeah.
no, I haven't been well, not with this anyway. Now my wife might have.
Now you have a position with the AACA.
Yes, I'm the vice president.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been a member of this chapter?
About 5 years.
That's it?
Yeah.
Seems longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think 5 years. You say?
Okay.
I'm
And
talking to my
he's pointing
wife.
his
She's
way.
all-
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wife, Kathy.
She has to keep me straight. You know,
Yeah.
everybody else can. So.
Amen.
I know the feeling.
Amen. Yeah. Yeah. Right next to Kathy is Julie, Todd's wife.
Keeping an eye on him.
Yeah.
Mike and I are running solo. They let us out, so we'll see
Right.
what happens. So,
I'm only allowed out for an hour and a half.
so have you been president?
No, don't want to be.
Oh.
No.
Oh, now John, the president, he's
Yes.
going to be watching this probably. So why is it that you would not want to be president? What's the difference between that level and the vice presidency?
All I have to do is fill in for him if something happens, and I make sure nothing happens to him.
So you're like his Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Now wait a minute.
I wasn't going to go there.
I know this is a family show, so I don't want to go there. I made that comment when I first got elected, and it didn't go over very well.
Okay.
That's a lot.
No, I just I have. I don't have no official duties, but we in the club, everybody helps. Todd has helped us quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Julie, probably more than Todd, but
She's a smart
I
one.
take care of the college scholarship. We have a $3,000 scholarship that we give to the college every year.
Which college?
In the River State College.
Okay.
The automotive class.
Yeah, okay. That's the gentleman that came and spoke after I did last week, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I went to that class one time. I've kind of got a place in my heart for it, and plus I'm a car guy, so I take care of that and a few other odds and ends and whatever needs to be done.
You're a lifelong Vero Beach resident?
No, never lived in Vero.
Okay.
I live in Fort Pierce.
You live in Fort Pierce now?
Yeah, I live in Lakewood Park, which is
On the line.
on the line.
Okay.
My wife Kathy, she's a Vero native. She was actually born here in Vero.
Okay.
But I've lived in Fort Pierce for 60 odd years. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to give away total age, but
No, were you?
yeah.
I'm just stuck on the 5 years with the AACA. I really thought you were a lifer. I mean, like, I just felt like you were so natural with it. You've been in this thing for 20 years or something.
No, I'm just
He's always around, so you always see Billy's
Yeah.
face. It's either
Yeah.
Billy and Phil, Billy and Phil, Billy and Phil. We're always
Right.
together.
Right.
Yeah.
And John is now the president. He's doing a good job?
Oh yeah, doing a
He's-
great job.
He's
We
very
have,
meticulous.
Yeah, we've turned the club around quite a bit. Got a whole bunch of new members and always looking for more.
Yeah.
Y'all, I was watching one of y'all podcasts when you had Ricky Silverstein on here.
Right.
And y'all was talking about the guy, and I can't remember his name. I'm terrible on names. That's why I didn't wear name tag. They had the 57 Chevrolet that turned it and sold it and got the NASCAR Pontiac.
That's Tom Minnick.
Oh, Tom Minnick.
Tom and his
Yeah,
wife.
Tom and his wife, yeah.
Well, they bought the last cars and coffee we had out at, it'll be a month ago. They bought it to the cars and coffee, and they have joined
the
our
new
club.
Pontiac?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they've
it's a
joined the
beautiful-
AA.
yeah,
It's a
they-
beautiful car,
it's a
right?
beautiful car.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's
Oh,
absolutely
it-
gorgeous.
I was
it's
just blown away that you said he got rid of his 57 because really I thought that was like special to
Yeah,
him.
but Tom likes to buy and sell. Buy
Okay.
and trade, mostly buy and trade. He used to
Okay.
trade a lot.
You find
In
out
fact-
a lot of car people.
Yeah, he in fact he just emailed me 2 days ago. his car is up for a giveaway. They're selling raffles for it. Whoever bought it,
That 57?
the 57.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Oh,
I've seen it raffled.
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
They're
was his.
yeah, that was his car. They're raffling it off. Yeah, he's-
I've seen that someplace. I don't remember what you
Yeah.
said, what it was raffled for. Boy, that's a nice car to be raffling.
yeah, they're
off.
raffling.
Yeah.
Man, if he goes and puts $200 down and
he
wins
can
his
get his
car back.
Yeah,
That'd be
That's
pretty
a
crazy.
$100,000
Yeah.
car, right?
at least $100,000 car. Yeah,
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 'cause I think he got more than 100,000 for it.
Yeah.
What he was telling us.
yeah. Because I know the Pontiac he got's a very rare car.
Right, very
57 Pontiac.
rare. Yeah, very rare. Very
Because that's a
beautiful car.
NASCAR car, right?
Yeah, and y'all was talking about how rare they are. Don't know about back in '57. I'm a race car guy from
Right.
my whole life. But,
Yeah.
NASCAR did have a rule that you had to build 500 of the model before you could race it.
Correct.
So I'm assuming back in 1957 that was probably a rule. So they was probably 5 of them built.
Right, but from what I understand, that his car, they haven't found any.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So they're saying that it could be maybe one of one.
Right.
Yep.
His
Well,
car.
if they were made
Yeah.
for NASCAR and they made 500 a year just to get them out there to race, the teams bought 70
yeah,
of them.
I don't even think
That
they made
leaves like-
500. I don't think they made 500.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know back
Yeah, I
then
don't-
if
if
that
the rule was implied,
if
right?
that
Right.
rule was implied. I know in the '60s it was with the Superbird
Exactly.
and stuff without.
Exactly.
They had to have 500 of them.
Yeah.
They didn't all have to have Hemis and stuff
Right.
like that in them, but they had to be that body style.
Yeah, when I read up on the car itself, I'm pretty sure everything that I read saying that they don't really have documentation on any other one.
Yeah.
And they probably never raced it. You
No.
know?
No,
They-
no.
they
No,
probably-
it's not.
Their
That car
intent
wasn't
was
ever-
to
No, that
race,
car
but-
was never on the track. It's just
Yeah.
that it was a NASCAR edition or
Right.
whatever they did with it, and they're saying that it could be one of one.
But it's not dressed up for a NASCAR.
No,
it's just a street
it's
car.
all stock.
The
It's
NASCAR.
And where
is-
did he find it? Where did he find that?
I don't
car?
know. I don't remember. I'd have to look through all my old emails because he
Right.
did email when,
Yeah.
when he was going back and forth to getting
Right.
it and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is very
Yeah.
nice. Him and his wife both.
Yeah.
They joined our club, and I think the first meeting they went to, they won the 50-50.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mentioned that Craig won it last week,
Yeah.
Craig Waskow, and I haven't seen him jump up as quick as I saw him when
Yeah,
he,
it
there
takes
was-
a lot to get Craig on.
Yeah, yeah. But you put $60 in the air, and he was walking to it, man, like a young guy. So
It was nice to have you come and speak to us.
it was fun. I walked in and met Tom and Cindy, who are the presidents of the Italian American Club. Is that right?
Yeah.
And they treated me really good. And she said, "Look, you're in late enough. The food's gone. I'm gonna stamp your hand." And then I met this other woman who. I don't remember her name, but Angela, and she was probably in her 70s, but we just talked for 2 seconds and realized that I've been divorced 3 times and she's buried her third husband. So
Hitting on you,
we
huh?
went arm in arm right to the kitchen, and she had this guy make me a meatball Parmesan sub that would have choked a horse. And I sat back there at an empty table and ate it. And you could see them like, that wasn't on the menu.
Yeah.
We had a choice between pizza and calzone. That wasn't on the menu. So I felt like a prince walking in already. But it was a good meeting. It wasn't super long. You did tell me to show up at 7 o'clock, and that is after the food is served.
Right. Yeah.
That's why he did.
Yeah.
Well,
we
wanted
wanted to
to
make sure
save
we
food.
had food left over, and we knew and also knew that there was no pancakes involved. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I no pancakes after 11 a.m. It's really my thing, unless there was a bar involved, and then after 2 p.m. or a.m. or whatever it is, by then you don't care what you're eating. So,
Right.
no, it was really fun to go and to be able to speak and represent the American Car Classics program. We wanted to let everyone know that just because we've been off the air, which we were on the local Vero air waves for 9 years, 8.5 years.
Yeah.
That we were still doing something and had created the House of Byron here, and that we were doing some internet and podcasting and all of that other stuff. But it was important to let them know that where they could find us, and still that we were out there and wanting to do. And we love the involvement to be with you all. Your show tell us what it's called, because like these keep
Can't
calling
say
it.
Under the Oaks.
I know
No,
you can't, and I don't know what else to call it.
yeah.
I don't know what we call it.
You don't even know.
We call it the Riverside Show.
Riverside, right.
Because it's Riverside
It's
Park.
under, we can't call it beneath the beautiful boat, so we call it under the beautiful boat. So one way or the other, I
Right,
don't know.
right.
We are having that come up in March. I did bring a little thing here, if you don't mind. And,
Awesome.
it's Vero Beach's oldest and largest antique car show celebration. Its 44th anniversary on March 18th, which is a Saturday, 2023. It's in course, in Vero Beach. It's right across the bridge of Riverside Park. Very beautiful. We got some
It's a
really
huge,
great,
beautiful area.
Yeah. We are really blessed to be able to get that. Unfortunately, we can only get it one weekend of the month. Of the year.
Yeah.
So we're kind of stuck to when we have to have the show. Sometimes
It conflicts with
other
another
shows, and
you and I
also,
spoke yesterday. And
yeah,
it's
and it's also usually St. Patty's Day around that
Right.
time.
oh
Right.
really?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
always
so-
a good time of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
yeah,
weather's
it is.
not too
Yeah.
hot.
No.
Yeah,
not
the weather.
cold.
Usually we don't have nothing. Maybe afternoon thunderstorm.
Right.
Right.
Being Florida, it's the way it is. But the cost of vehicle reservation is $30, and if the day of the show, it's going to be $35.
Now, where does that money go?
It's what help us pays for the
The scholarship
club,
fund.
the
Right.
scholarship stuff, and the other stuff that the club,
Right.
And everything it costs to run a car show.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
It's
Oh,
not-
yeah.
it's not
we
cheap to do
we
a
had
car
a
show.
board of directors meeting, matter of fact, last Saturday, and sat down and come up with a budget for the show. Hoping we will not have to raise it,
Right.
because we're kind of guessing. Because basically the last 2 years, we had one last year, but the 2 years before that was canceled because of this thing we had.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Appreciate that.
so we had a lot of stuff left over. We had our trophies that we just had to have re-engraved, and
Right.
we had a bunch of gifts and stuff that we already had. So we don't have an idea on the day's comedy what the show's going to cost us. We are looking for some vendors, food vendors, and we're also looking, if y'all know somebody that makes kernel corn. We're looking for a popcorn and kernel corn vendor.
Okay.
I know y'all all involved in the show, so if
Right.
you know somebody that does that, that's about the only vendor we don't have so far.
And sponsorship, Billy.
Yep.
You as much as we or any other business
Yep.
look for sponsorship from the local community and,
Yeah,
and,
we
and
have.
business
We're
owners.
going to have, and I don't have all that with me now. I'd actually like for you to get Bill Mall on the show. He's going to be the show chairman.
That's right.
And he will come up with what all the sponsorship. But we're going to have different layers of sponsorship. I know the top layer is like $500, and you get a booth and stuff with it, and it goes down. And this year we're trying to do T-shirts, and we're going to have sponsorship name on T-shirts and stuff.
Terrific.
So we're, like I said, we've got new people running a lot of the different stuff. Fred Kessel has done it for years and has done a fantastic
He has,
job.
and he stepped down last year.
He stepped down. He's had enough, and so he's kind of took Bill under his wings and helping Bill with
Terrific.
running how to do all this stuff. And Bill, being an ex-Snap-on tool man, he knows how to get people
Yeah.
money out of people.
Yeah.
$50 down, $50 a week, 50 years.
Right.
I know that too well.
Yeah, and we also
Steve, you know that too
we're
well.
partnering with the U.S. Postal Service and the Stamp Out Hunger. We always have a postal vehicle there, and we all ask people that bring in cars to bring a canned good or something non-perishable to give for that, and that's charity at that.
Yeah.
But you was asking where the money went. Like I said, we did $3,000 a year to the college.
School. Yeah.
And then this year we've done Space Coast on a flight. We took them under our wings and gave them a charitable donation, and a couple other places that we've.
I was kidding to the most part.
I
of
know,
it was a
but
rhetorical thing.
you'd
It's
be
a joke.
surprised how many people. Oh, y'all just take the money and
No.
spend it. Well, we don't. We're a nonprofit. so
After
we
last
can't spend it on
after
ourselves.
last month, I would not be surprised about anything. So,
Yeah.
no, it's when I went to the meeting, one thing that I really saw was that no one had a cell phone out when people were talking. When it was time to pay attention, the meeting, they were there for the meeting. It wasn't that they were there to see how Betty and Ralph were doing because they hadn't seen them in a month. So it was just really, I loved that. I want you to hang out for one more segment. We're going to keep talking about this. This is Billy DeArton, our guest from the from the AACA. I'll just say it like that. And we're the ACCR, and there's so many acronyms flying about. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hey.
All right, segment number 2, American Car Classics radio program. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Kenny Schofield, Mike Carano, Todd Byron. Steve Charbonneau's over there talking, and be back with us in a few minutes. And Billy DeArton of the AACA Vero Beach
region.
Region. I was going to say edition.
Indian River County region.
Yeah. I've always done the AA as an automotive, and it's auto. Yeah, I like to go
No,
full out.
it's automotive, antique automotive. Antique? No, it's an antique auto.
It's auto.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But I'm
Now
always
you got
throwing the
me
automotive.
Yeah,
so,
you
right,
got the
Well,
and they have a website. If you anything that Billy's talking about, they have AACA. They have their own website. You
Yeah.
can
We have
go
our
to
Facebook page.
Facebook page. You can go to Indian River region of the AACA. It'll give you all their shows coming up, everything that they have. Phil Locadisi does a great job with everything.
He's our treasurer and also our editor.
Yeah.
He does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And I know the first year that I went to this, I was looking to meet this guy, Todd Byron, that I'd heard about and I wanted to meet. And I went down there, and I, of course, already knew you. And you
Yeah.
and your brother and all your whole clan, they park in this one spot.
Right.
It's kind of like Corona Corner there, you know. And I was blown away by how big it was. But not only that I was handing out flyers for my annual event, and I would talk to people. It's what I do. But people, I'm talking, where are you from? They were everywhere. It was like River Ranch.
Yeah.
I mean, people were just coming in from.
I wish we could get as many people as we get from River Ranch. But,
Yeah.
Well,
but we're really limited to about
325.
325,
Yeah.
340
Right,
if
around
we
that.
push it.
Yeah.
We're doing away with the vendors as far as selling stuff this year because we had a little trouble last year with somebody selling political stuff that didn't go off good.
Okay.
We had some negative feedback on that. So we're going to do away with vendors as far as selling stuff.
Some year you're going to get where you can only serve vanilla ice cream. It's going to be nuts. You know, it's just I see it. But River Ranch has a great thing because they're in the middle of the state, so they get Bartow and Lee County and all the Tampa and you know
they get Orlando, Miami. I mean, it's unreal, and the weather's always terrible. You know?
It is
Right,
terrible,
right.
man.
Always
We
terrible.
were
You'll freeze yourself
freezing.
to death over there sometimes. Or,
Yeah.
You know,
And another thing that, like Billy was saying earlier, they're locked into a weekend.
That's correct.
And unfortunately, the weekend that they have their show, they have the same type of show down in, was it Stewart?
Well,
at
no.
the car detailing place.
are you talking about River Ranch?
No. When you have your show
In the Oaks.
under the Oaks, they have the show down in, I think it's Stewart or Jupiter.
Someplace.
The people that do the car detailing, then Wayne
the
Carini
Greeks,
goes.
geeks,
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wayne Carini goes, and all those guys go there. So that's I think that's what takes away from their show a little
And
bit.
unfortunately,
This
this
year.
year, the Melbourne chapter of the AACA, Brevard County
Brevard,
chapter, they have to run their show the same weekend we're going to run
Oh,
ours.
really? So,
Yeah.
and they have theirs at the Muscle Car Museum
and
every year.
That's right.
that-
And wouldn't you really almost rather go to the museum it's a great place to go.
Yeah.
And to
It
have
is a
big-
great place to go, but they
don't have the
they
shade
don't,
we have.
They don't. Yeah, but they don't have to do it that weekend.
Yeah, they
No,
do.
they do.
They
it's
do?
the only
This-
weekend they were
yeah.
offered.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh,
yeah,
so Mark kind of put the squeeze on.
Well, yeah, I guess what we understand is Mark is giving everybody a vacation or taking everybody. Everybody's going to be gone
Okay.
that month except that weekend.
Okay.
So
That's what happened with
yeah,
that.
and
Okay.
they, we tried, but we're locked in. We've already made our, deposit non-refundable.
Right.
It rains. It don't matter. We have
Right.
to do the show.
Right.
We don't have a rain date. We can't do it the next day. We can't. We're locked in. You know. So we're just gonna. I'm sure it's gonna hurt both of our car counts, and but this. That's
I
life,
think you'll be fine. I mean, you usually
Yeah.
are.
You
Yeah.
usually are. You've got a good
Yeah.
name with this, and I don't know that
Yeah.
the Brevard County edition has been doing nearly 44 years. Billy,
Right.
this is a great testimony to
The
the
only
club and
Last
what
year,
they're doing.
The
Fire!
last year their show was actually a national event for the AACA,
Right.
which we went up and worked with them. helped
Correct.
park
And
cars.
Craig
Beautiful.
won.
Yep, yep.
Craig won last
He
year.
sure did.
We had quite a few of our members win.
Right.
We had one gentleman that's got a Shelby Cobra that went up there and won,
Right.
and he's going to the show in Hershey's with that car to try to get his junior now that he won his first one.
Okay.
And he's up that area. He's a
Right.
snowbird, but it's we had quite a few people that won up there. We've got some very nice cars in our class.
You
Yeah,
do?
absolutely.
Sure
You'd be
is.
surprised how many cars are laying around. That's what
Yeah.
we talk about that all the time, especially Sebastian, Vero Beach. There's a lot of cars out here.
Yeah.
Good
There
cars.
is.
Yeah, some beautiful.
We've
cars.
got Mr. Oil, who is making their second year now of their local
calendar, yep.
local classic cars,
Yep.
and that's pretty cool. What is your car? What do you drive?
I drive a '64 Chevelle Malibu. It's I call it a retro mod, modified, whatever you want to call it. It's got a 400 small block, 40 over, 4-speed. It's badged at SS. It's not, but
Carbureted?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have money for. I can't talk taller than to give me one of them snipers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I did have a little problem with it. The hood blew off of it coming back from a show. And,
Yes, it
and
did.
Todd fixed it, and I mean it is absolutely great the work he did on it. So,
Billy's car has hood pins on it,
yep.
Oh.
and he
I
left
forgot
in
to
such a hurry he forgot to put the hood pins
Must have
on.
been going to rain or something.
Yeah, well, it was a show in Vero that got rained out, but then they called and it didn't rain, and they wanted us to come up and do some pictures. And so we went up there, and the girls that wanted the pictures wanted us to put the hood down. We put the hood down. I was planning on putting it back up, so I didn't put the hood pins in it. And when we got ready to leave, it just swept my mind and got coming down 27th Avenue, got out about 35 mile an hour, and the hood goes bing. Went off the car, ripped it because it was fiberglass hood.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Ripped the hinges off, went over the top of the car. Luckily, didn't go in the windshield, and got the trunk.
Got the trunk, right.
And then ran in the middle of the road spinning around. My wife was with me. She started screaming because she's always seen TVs where the hood blows up. The motor blows up next. Catches fire. So she was waiting on that.
I love it.
But luckily, Todd's and Julie's help that I got it fixed up with some good insurance, and it better than it was.
Better than it was.
I remember when I pulled into the River Ranch last year. It was my first time there with these guys. His first time in 18 years or something. That and I went in and I'm looking for a spot, and I wanted to be around where they were, and I parked down in the field, and Ron Smith had moved up to where they were, and he called and said, "There's plenty of room." I went in there, and there's like 2 spots, and like, no, this is for the president, and vice president. This is for Billy and I guess then it was. Yeah,
John.
And
John.
no, before then it wasn't John. I don't think it was still.
Yeah.
No, it
wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so
when you was there, it was John.
well, I parked there, and then you came in, and you parked your car next to Lucy, and I hope she didn't dirty you down in or whatever.
Hey,
No,
my car is a 10-footer. It was
Is
real
it?
good 10-foot away. You get up close, you find nicks, scratches, but it's a driver.
well, I've never washed my car.
Well, I would never admit that, but
Well, that patina,
Me neither.
when you take a chamois across it, snags on every single
piece of rust that it has.
Yeah, you
Well, it's
ruin
not
the
rust, it's
chamois halfway through
patina.
the hood.
It's patina, right? I ruined the chamois.
Yeah.
So you just, when it rains, you just break a blower out if it gets wet or something.
yeah, I drove mine to Key West twice on cruises down there. Drove, where we need to go.
Yeah.
All right.
So and Billy was always good because whenever we had a NASCAR question, Keith would ask Billy because Billy was like the NASCAR guru.
Yeah. So
We always had a problem with NASCAR.
do you still watch NASCAR?
I still watch it. I'm not into it as much as it was, but I tell everybody I'm such a NASCAR nut that my daughter is named Allison after Bobby Allison.
Wow. So I've sat with Bobby 3 different times.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations.
Just a hometown guy.
I went to Davy's funeral.
Yeah.
And then right after that was Alan, which I've got a Mighty Mouse tattoo for, and my Earnhardt tattoo. For us, Todd and I, NASCAR, it just died off. Well, when they outlawed flags and started doing all this crazy whatever stuff. But with the death of Dale,
Now that changed NASCAR.
It really did.
But it changed it, but in a lot of ways it changed it for better.
well, absolutely, because they created an R&D
Safety
department.
purposes, anyway.
Yeah, they created an R&D department, and Dale was relentless on the open face helmet. You weren't going to change how he was and all that.
Dale was still using the old van. I think actually it was a Mustang seat. Just old safety belts and stuff.
Old school, man.
Yeah, he was old school.
Right.
Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, and I seen a video the other day where he got out the car at the Brickyard after he had that bad wreck at Talladega and that sternum broke.
Wheels were still on it.
And he says, man, it's killing me. This is my life. So he died doing what he loved.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
me and my wife, we was there. just the weirdest drive home, ever that we've ever had.
My best friend was there, and I have an unused ticket. I didn't go. I decided to stay home, and
we were sitting right in the fourth turn, and when I seen Kenny Schrader walk over there and the actions he did and the look on his face.
Darrell Waltrip knew at that point too. I'll go back to J.D. McDuffie,
right,
when he crashed at Watkins Glen, and the 27 car was the Alka-Seltzer car, Jimmy Means, and he went over and he looked in there and he saw it. He just turned around, did this, and went behind the door and puked.
Yep.
And God, man.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm been involved with racing, working on cars, working on stock cars and stuff all my life. Got into this stuff really late, I had a Chevelle when I was a young man, kid, basically, and got married, blew the motor up, car went away, family come in place. And luckily when I had a friend of mine, Bill Mall, he got a 70 Chevelle that he wanted to build, and he come to me and said, hey, the Key West Power Tour is going out of Cocoa, and it was in February, and he said, it's going the 1st of June. You think we can get this car together? It was a shell. The body had been painted, but it was a shell, And we worked every day, every night after work, all the weekends. We was drinking Red Bulls and staying up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And the week before the Power Tour, we took it for its first drive.
Wow.
And we took it on the Power Tour, and we went as far as Nashville. And they had a Chevelle-only show up there from a nationwide show. And we entered in that and won. And I was hooked.
Wow.
We was riding on, and me and my wife says, this is really fun. We need to get one of these cars. And I was already in love with it. But then that was it. And so we got a car, and got heavy involved with the club. It took me a while to get in the club, but once I got involved with it, I got involved. And when John decided he was going to run for president, I told him that it was brought up with kind of smart to him that, well, you'll need a vice president. And I told him, I said, you got one. I'll be your vice president.
That's awesome.
And so I was already on the board of directors. Todd was on the board of directors with me at the time, and I just figured it was time to step up. As far as I don't want to be the president or anything like that, I just not my type.
Yeah, just do what you keep doing. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, and we certainly all look forward to the show in the spring. Spring in Florida, you don't know if the trees are going to try to.
Right, it's going to be cold that day, but it shouldn't be cold. That's not like the River Ranch.
We never had a problem with cold.
Yeah.
Wind blowing,
stuff off
little
rain,
Especially if you got a convertible, it can get nasty.
Well, we hope it's not. They're not. What is it when they drop the pollen? They're not pollinating because in
and
Florida.
I'm actually allergic to oak, so it
Makes it even worse
for me. Yeah.
Man.
You got to keep your windows closed and your top up.
Yeah. So if we see you and you're crying, it's not because you're happy or sad.
No.
And Billy, real quick before we have to go, you do a car show on Saturday nights, right?
Yes, I do. It's only had nothing to do with the ACA, even though we have a lot of members come to it. At McDonald's at US 1 Oslo Road, in the parking lot next to McDonald's, we do a little cruise in every Saturday night. No charge, just come and go. Our motto is, bring a chair, make new friends, and meet old friends.
That's it.
And Todd has come to it. Kenny, I think you've been to it.
Yep, I've been to it a few times.
Sometimes we have 5 cars, sometimes we have 50 cars.
Yeah,
it's hit and miss.
When I go, it's 20 to 30, and it's the Tom's there and the usual people, Bill's there and stuff, but it's a good little fun thing.
Yeah,
and not that we want to go there to eat McDonald's and stuff, not knocking them or anything, but it's the parking lot is good and it's full and
it's pretty well rented, and we have me and my wife, we go there. Sometimes we'll go with Publix, get us a sub, come back and eat it.
There you go.
Or go to McDonald's, or eat before we go.
That's
stuff,
right. Yeah, well, there's a nice little thrift store around the corner that does some cool stuff. I met Arky out there with his Mustang GTC the other day, and he was a good little character to talk to and hang out for a little while. So,
and that's every Saturday at 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah, on Oslo Road.
I've been getting there a little later because it's been
so hot.
It was so hot, but now it's starting to cool off. And usually around dark, we say it says 9 to 6, but 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
But no CM gets
8:30. We're done. Yeah. So
thanks for coming,
Billy
Billy.
D'Arton, AACA. Thank you so much. All right.
That was quick end.
Yeah, that
was a quick entry.
I was just getting ready for the
Play
drum
some
beat and
music
all
a
this
little
stuff.
bit, will you,
Yeah,
Ashley?
I was going to
What's
start
going
singing.
on?
That is Greg Billings and the Stranger Band out of Clearwater, Florida. I love and appreciate them so
Stranger
much.
Danger.
They've given us the opportunity to use their music and appreciate it so much because I love jamming out to it like I do.
Yeah, the first song I thought it was like Van Halen. That's why I said, "Come on, baby."
Right.
Like the Sammy Hagar, right?
Please.
Let's finish what we
Right.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. I love the, what is it, Hot for Teacher, where it starts off with the dragster.
Right, yeah.
And the drums just, you don't know when they get in unless you hear that cymbal crash, you know, and it's just, yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
So what's going on? What's going on? Hey, Steve's back.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, we traded out Billy for a Steve. How are you?
Yeah, this is Kenny Schofield.
Yeah, Kenny Schofield, right here.
Mike Carano.
Mike Carano, yeah.
Todd Byron.
Steve Charbonneau.
Listen, if they didn't tune in the first 3 or 2 segments, then, you know, what. And it wasn't like that's why you looked at me right. So, how was the work day? I haven't asked anybody that question yet.
That's all right.
Busy, you know, dealing with children all day long.
Yeah, well,
Now,
Todd is tough to deal with.
children.
Not children that we deal with. It's, you know, other children.
Okay. Metaphorically speaking,
Yeah,
yeah, adult children
adult children.
that have issues and
Yeah,
problems.
it's the children that he can deal with.
Right?
Right.
They make it funny because it's some of the stuff they come up with. You
It's
know?
funny
Right,
that,
right.
you know, that because that's for sure.
You just never know what children are going to say.
Some of these
Yeah.
adults are like, what are you, junior high?
Y'all work. It used to be 1.5 miles down the road, but now you're like within 500 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like family.
I
Did
get
you
yelled
get-
at all day long.
Did you get ranked by Todd?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
He
I
just
don't yell like.
he just thought you were somebody else. So you turn around and say, "Oh, wrong back of the head."
No, I get yelled at. Todd! It's like,
Right.
oh, my gosh. I can't even go in the bathroom.
you get
without-
yelled for.
My phone's ringing. I
Yep.
can hear my name. You know, it's nuts, dude.
Did you
Steve
get
will
rained today? Did you
experience
get rained
that.
at the shop today?
Yeah. Yeah.
We did not. It threatened, but we did not.
I can't wait to pass that on to somebody.
What, the rain or the shop?
Huh? No,
The whole thing, the
It's
whole
like-
kit and caboodle.
I can't even use
He's
the
moving to
restroom.
Georgia.
I can't
Right.
even use the
Yes.
restroom
Right.
without.
Yeah. If you moved to Georgia, could you learn to talk with that? With
I wouldn't have to because I'd kind of never leave.
You'd never leave the house.
the house?
Right.
It'd be a compound.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot of
Yeah.
acreage, so you wouldn't have to leave the house.
Right.
You just have to sit on top of the roof with a machine gun. If
I would
anybody came on.
We thought about it. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. I said, look at this place. This could be us.
If you
man.
got a skidster with your
there's
tractor,
there's 2 houses. There's another place. I mean, your mom could live in that house. We could have this house.
no, it'd be a guest house for
That'd be
friends
great.
when we
That
came
sounds
up.
like me.
That would be the other one, dude. It's like right on the what do you call it? The nature,
Nature
state
preserve.
park.
Reserve or something,
yeah,
right?
bro.
Okay.
It's super nice,
Oh, wow.
but that ain't happening.
Yeah, you're staying here.
You're
Yeah,
here.
man.
Yeah.
This is our place.
Because you'd have to
So,
haul a lot of sheep, and with the electric Ford truck, it would take you 7 days to get there. So
that'll never happen. Yeah. No, we're here for. I've been here all my life. I ain't going nowhere.
There you go.
very cool. No, I
He
was
says
asking
that
Todd
now,
a question,
but
and he
then,
came
you
with
know,
a smart
people
butt
find
answer.
out where he lives.
Dude, I got my gate material, bro.
Now, what is
Super
gate
nice.
material?
I got the material to build
The electric?
an entry gate. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can't get in.
Yeah, it's 5/8 twisted rod with 3/8 twisted barb. It looks like barbed wire, but it's Bundy. So my gate's going to be made out of that barbed wire.
See, I was going to put electric fence up where I was going because everybody's like, I was going to have an air-conditioned garage. Everybody's like, oh, just come over, use your tools, and work in your garage. No.
That's the other thing. Ain't nobody touching my tools again.
Right.
I know.
He's putting up the Schofield deterrent.
Dude,
At the front
man,
gate.
I go in there, I'm like, I'm missing an 8mm socket. You'd think you'd be missing a 10mm.
10 millimeter, because you never
I
could
go in
find
there,
them.
My 8 shorts missing, my 7 longs missing. I'm like, the ratchet, my snap-on close ratio ratchet. I'm like, where the hell is all? The heck is all this stuff?
Well, you got to call John from the AACA. He'll give you the new AA Snap-on stuff, right? Isn't he a Snap-on?
No, John works
Oh,
for
man,
FPL.
He's an FPL guy.
But,
Oh, there
yeah,
you go.
no, his garage.
I
from
used
what
to have that
understand,
too at one time. But now, see, the problem is I got the community toolbox.
I know
Right.
that you've had you've had a 5/16 deep
Deep
well
well.
quarter socket.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
that for a long time.
Yep. Yeah.
Then it changed to an 8mm.
I even had to borrow a tool off him the other day.
What's that?
I even had to borrow a tool off him today because someone that I used to work with took some of my tools.
I hooked him up with that big Mac Daddy 1/4-inch drive riveter,
Did you?
air riveter. He said, hey, man, you got a riveter?
Oh,
I was
boy.
gonna say, yeah, I got this. He goes, Oh, yeah.
It's so exciting.
What were you fabbing?
I don't know. He's putting a
Can't
lock
tell
in
you all
or
this stuff. It's
something.
top secret. We
That's
got a lot
top
of stuff
secret
going on.
Doing a lock.
I saw a picture of something.
Lock or window
something.
or something.
I saw a picture of a car out front today that you sent me or something. So
Which one? We got both.
you sent a red Pontiac or old. I'm sorry.
That old
Oh.
Ford?
It was a Ford something. The square body there,
Yeah.
square something there.
The Ford.
Yeah, it was
Square-
a-
Oh, the
32
Impala.
Ford, 40-something Ford.
was a Coupé and the Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his hands full with that one.
All right, so what do you got there, Ken?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You
I'm looking through
stuff.
I'm just trying to find some stuff. I thought I had some
Tech
bring a
talk?
trailer stuff I was gonna bring into because we started talking about that, and
Yeah,
I'm
what
trying to
happened
find
to
that. Well, so it's sold.
Who won?
I'm
He's
gonna-
getting to it.
I'm
Who lost?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I lost.
You lost.
Oh,
Yeah, I
bummer.
lost.
Oh, if Todd won this one too. This crap is fixed.
No, man.
He's like
I'm on Bring
he's
a
like
Trailer.
10-0.
I'm on Bring a Trailer every day, but I you know what? I don't think about that. At least what the bet we were, or whatever the hell we were doing. Heck, we were doing whatever you want to say.
You can
many pieces
say
of
whatever you
paper
want to
you
say.
got?
I got a lot of paper, man.
He's full of papers
plan.
over
I
there.
plan
I don't know
for
what's
the
going
worst,
on
and
over
I
there.
get the best. I've got NASCARs and who was dumped this week from the.
Mike, what you got for the car show? Because Kenny's still
Yeah.
digging.
November 5th, real quick, the 7th annual Car and Truck Show at the First Presbyterian Church. Cost is $15. That's over here in Vero Beach,
always
right,
a
Billy?
pretty good
First
little-
Presbyterian Church is right in Vero, right?
Yeah.
That's always a pretty good little.
Yeah,
car
it's the
show.
7th show. That you just go to see the AACA, Indian River Region AAC website. I'm sure Phil will have it up there.
Yeah.
And then the day after, November 6th, the first annual Car and Truck Show to benefit the Wounded Warriors, which is going to be a great show right here. Sunday, November 6th from 11 to 3. And that's going to be, where is that? The Commons Park of Royal Palm Beach at 11600 Poinciana Boulevard, Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Pre-registration is $20, and that's sponsored by Southeast Rods and Customs is doing it. So to give to the Wounded Warriors
Yeah.
Project, that'd be a good show. And you could go to their website, serodsandcustoms.com, to get a flyer for that. Okay.
All right. So read what
Did you
year
catch
that was.
up on everything now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes. So this is a Pontiac that we did last week.
65.
60. Yeah, it was a 65 Pontiac.
Yeah,
right?
it was a tri-power,
tri-power
289 in the family for
GTO.
38 years or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
So our bids were, I bid 45.
right.
Steve bid 54.
Right.
Todd was 62, and Mike, you came at 65.
Right.
And well, here, what did it sell for?
55,000.
55,000. So
Wow.
Steve was 1,000 off.
Very
so
good.
Damn.
just like on the TV
got
show, when
one.
you're within
got
$1,000,
Ding, 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 ding.
you
Say,
actually
man,
win the
it wasn't
car. But-
fixed, bro.
Yeah, so I thought that was awesome because I did not see it going that high.
Yeah.
I was really just going to be really reserved and say that it wasn't going to make over 50. That didn't seem to me that it was
I
gonna
think
be.
it has to do with, because it's Bring a Trail. I'm sure if it would have been to Meekum in January at Kissimmee, he probably would have brought more than that.
Okay, so do you think that a live auction is going to bring more for that special car?
Yeah,
Depending
because
on the day.
I think they convince people to bid. If you
hype.
ever been there to bid and win cars from them, it's they kind of like, come on, one more, and they boost it up, and they all know what the reserve is.
When
That's
you
what
bought your
happened to
truck,
Mike.
what's that?
That's what happened to Mike. He bought a couple cars there.
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did buy.
3
When
cars
you
I
bought
bought
your
from
truck, you didn't say a word. Nobody even knew you had a badge until when?
The last, they were fixing to call it, and bam.
That's what I did. With my Chevelle, that's what I did. It was because it got rerun the second time.
Okay.
The guy didn't sell it the first time, and when it ran through the second time, people were going back and forth, and finally he was just getting ready to hammer. I put my hand up, and the guy says, right there, 22. I said, all right, perfect. And I got it for 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's 69?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
22.
And you only owned it for like
I earned
6 years or something?
almost 10.
Oh, okay.
Over 10.
Didn't paint
that
it.
was good.
Yeah, I painted it. It was
When you first bought it?
It was maroon, and I painted the Olympic gold, the original color.
Okay.
It was all the one thing about it, I didn't know it had all documentation. I had the original bill of sale. I had the original title. I had the bank sheet that the guy did for the loan. I had the protector plate. I had it fully documented, Super Sport.
And all that went with it with the
That
new
went
owner
with it with the new owner. Yep.
in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah. Well, now I think it's in Maryland. He resold it, and It's in Maryland right now. He flew down to West Palm, drove to Sebastian, took the car from me, drove it to North Carolina, 10 tanks of gas.
10 tanks of gas.
10
We laughed
tanks of
about it
gas.
because we knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the gas tanks ain't too big in those. If I don't
16 gallons.
Yeah, my Nova, it starts to run out the tail, out the inlet before it's full. I really can't get it to be full.
Yeah, and he worked for Hendricks Motorsports.
Yeah, that's right. So look, the next car here. I'll just give you a piece of paper here, and you can read a couple things, Mike, on this. This is 1970 Olds 442. This is reportedly one of 96 4-speed W30 convertibles produced that year. So one of 96. We talked about maybe Tom's car is one of one left or something.
One of one
when
left,
you've got one of 96 made, and you're talking about a 52-year-old car, how many are left?
Right, and I tell you, this is a beautiful car. I mean, I almost bought one of these back in, I don't know, I'd say 85 or 86, and the guy wanted $5,000 for it, and it was just like that. It's a 70 convertible W30 sitting on the side of the road. It was the guy just couldn't drive it anymore.
And you didn't buy it?
I didn't buy it because I didn't want a Cutlass. I didn't want an Oldsmobile. We had just gotten rid of. We had just totaled. We had a '69 Cutlass Supreme that my brothers would just fixed it, and Joe was going to work one day, and the guy blew a light and T-boned him. Totaled the car, and this, that was the next one we were going to get, and I passed on it.
Well, this has a W27 rear aluminum rear end. It does have the original rear end with it. The owner did keep it. The car was repainted in 2016. The engine was rebuilt in 2018, but it is apparently the original 455 cubic inch engine. It does say it's a clean Illinois title, so you hate that it was even in Illinois because the salt on the roads, and unless it was just never driven, it had some fixing going on. So I went last time, so I'll jump in there and I'll go first on this.
Go ahead. What do you think?
I'm gonna go $40,000.
Oh, I think you're low.
Yeah.
I think you're way low. I think it's going to go close to 80.
So what are you gonna pop
I'm
in
going to
there?
say 80.
Jeez.
I mean,
a lot of room left for you guys.
I've seen them at Meekum go for more than that. The W30. So you got to remember to bring a trailer, so you don't know.
But that that Grand National is what bring a trailer to light because it went out for $128,000 or something. All of a sudden, everybody started talking bring a trailer.
I really think it's
legitimate. So
might go up to 80.
All right.
What do you think, Todd?
I'm thinking more like Mike, probably around 74.
74?
Wow.
Steve, you're shaking your head.
I feel
think
bad,
it's lower
man.
than
I feel
that.
bad.
I was doing 73.5.
73.5, bro.
No, I'll go 70.
And when we come back, because I know we got to take a break, I got to talk to you guys about something about what the change in Florida DMV that I just found out.
Okay.
About the cars 30 years or older.
Oh boy.
All right.
All right.
When we come back.
Yeah. So we'll do that as soon as we get back, and I'm gonna shuffle around some paperwork here. I'm gonna go over a little bit of NASCAR news because there was a cut in the championship race going on stuff. Since Billy was here, he's got my blood flowing. So we're the American Car Classics radio program. Hang on. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the American Car Classics radio program. We heard a noise. You didn't because you don't have a headphone, Ashley, but we did. So I'm Kenny Schofield and Todd Byron, Mike Carano, Steve Charbonner with me. And
somebody rip one.
We're having a nice, if they've got a microphone in their butt.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
Because these pickups sound right here.
Yeah.
So maybe a duck walk through. You've got a lot of
farm animals out
here.
I just heard a rooster earlier.
Right. So where are the turkeys? Where's Julie's turkeys?
Yeah, I haven't
heard of the heritage turkeys. Are they?
They're over there.
How big are they?
They got to be
They're
big
probably
by now.
about that big.
Yeah, they're good eating. They're good eating right now.
Well, we asked Julie that one day. We asked Julie, I said, when are they full grown? She said, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no,
That's a hard way to do it.
That's why he's got
I
these
got a
55-gallon barrels out there.
We got a bobcat's done snagged 2 of our hens. So
Oh, really?
I'm fixing to go hunting.
Yeah.
It's on every other day, so, because we're free ranging them now.
What's that mean?
They let them go.
Well,
walking around.
they used to stay in a chicken tractor which I moved around and nothing can get in. They're in a cage, but
Right.
they got moved on the pasture once or twice a week. And now what we've done is she opens the door to the chicken tractor and let the chickens roam out in the pastures on their own. So during the day, something's gotten in there and took one.
Took one or two.
Did you have to
we're
learn the
missing
farm lingo as it comes along? You learn about chicken tractors?
He just watches
no,
Yellowstone.
actually,
now.
Julie says, check this thing out. They call it a chicken tractor. I'm looking at it, I said, well, damn, I can build one of them. Oh, boy.
There you
And
go.
so you built
And
these.
when I build something, dude,
It ain't coming apart.
Yeah, it's crazy because everything's in my head. You know, like I'm building this, this container building thing. And Ron goes, "How did you just come up with that?" I said, "I don't know. I got it in my head how I want to build it, and I'm just building it as I go." He goes, "I don't know how can you do that?" I don't either. It just happens. So that's how it happens.
That's a good thing, though, man. Hey, and you're now under the same roof.
Now he's got to hang
how's
out
that
with me.
working
So,
out? Yeah. How's that working out? You doing good so far with all that?
He doesn't see me much, man. I mean, we cross paths in there a little bit. But
On the way to the bathroom.
And Erin
I don't
is
wanna use
where's
that
her desk
bathroom. It
now?
ain't
Is
air
she in the
conditioning, bro.
office
It's
with the
hot.
AC, or is she out?
Toolbox.
Is it really?
I'm gonna have to stop in there more.
Yeah, you stopped in today.
I stopped in by you.
Yep, because
See
you've
you
been
today.
calling me. My phone's been broke, so you
Phones
didn't.
were broke. Yeah, I didn't know.
And I sent you a message on Messenger, but you didn't.
Yeah, I don't see that.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I've had to call Todd every day and say, "Hey, what is this phone number? Who's this?" He's like, "Man, hurry up!"
ask me everybody's phone number. You know, it's funny. I don't notice Messenger neither, and people message me on the thing.
Yeah, I don't notice it.
I've had people call me, message me back on Messenger because I didn't message them right away. I don't pay no attention to it.
Right.
I mean, pretty rudely because I didn't answer them right away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
I
you know
get you.
what?
I get you.
You told me once, if you don't have my phone number, I don't need to be talking to you.
Yeah, I'm
That's
thinking,
true.
dude. And don't expect me to call you back if you don't leave a message.
Right.
On my cell phone, anyway.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
That's what I always said. If it's important, they'll leave a message.
Right. And
Right.
we were talking about these cars here. A friend of ours, Tom Gore, just went to pick up a car up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
A Ford Cyclone, I think it is. I forget what he picked up.
GTA
Well, he took
3.
it. He took
Yeah,
it. He took it to
Fairlane, wasn't it?
Fairlane, yeah.
Fairlane. Yeah, Fairlane GTA. That was it.
Those are nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
Yeah, we saw it.
Well, he took it to DMV over here in Sebastian. The officer came out to check the VIN, signed off on it, but they wouldn't give him a title because there's a new law in Florida now that cars that are 35 years and older, you have to go to West Palm Beach to get the VIN checked.
What?
Yeah.
I just had a cop
checked
come out
mine
and check the
there,
Monte Carlo, but that was a couple months ago.
It just, Tommy, he had the cop come out. The cop came out, checked the VIN. Oh, yeah, it looks good, but unfortunately we can't give you a title. You have to go down to West Palm Beach. And the first appointment they had was October 13th.
Well, how do you drive it?
I guess
I
you
mean, you
trailer
can
it
still-
down there.
mean,
Unless
how
you
can
have
you
a
register it?
You can't. You can't do anything until they approve of
He
it.
can borrow my transporter tag.
He'd have
That's
to get
ridiculous.
a yeah. Oh yeah. You have
Yeah.
to this was just the other day. He went there on what's today? Wednesday. He went there Monday. You have to bring the car to West Palm Beach to have
Yes.
them check the VIN.
Yeah.
And check the VIN in all the right spots to make sure it's a legit.
So
I said, well, Tommy, did
35 years and older.
35 and old. Did you not have a title? He goes, no, I had Pennsylvania title. So
Yeah, and in Pennsylvania, it's got to be notified or
And notarized.
notarized.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you get the car to Palm Beach?
you have to
Legally.
tow it. That's what Dale Warrington used to do that all the time. Tow it. He has the title in his hand from the other customer, and
I mean, I've got a way to do it. I've
Tow
got a
it down.
transport tag.
Right, that's what I'm
I've
saying.
got transporting
Right.
but
tags,
Dale had. I think Dale might have had transport too, but he used to tow the cars. The Cadillac that he redid, he had to tow it down there because
You'd want to tow that anyway because
Right.
4 miles a gallon is such a cherished,
Right.
32
But it
foot
shouldn't.
long
It
car.
should. To me, if you have a title, you have a title. I can
Yes.
see if you bought something off a bill of sale.
Yeah.
That's different. But if you have a title from another state, there should be no reason why
No.
you can't.
Yeah, it's crazy. You should be. What's it any different from that car to a 5-year-old car?
What's the difference between the program in West Palm Beach versus the program in Sebastian or
Well, that's
off
where
of
they.
Cogan
That's where, years ago when Florida used to do inspections. They used to do inspections.
Yes, that's
you
right.
have to drive through a building, and I remember that.
Man,
Yeah,
the
I
Ford
worked
gas,
at a
I
place
made
I used
so
to do
much money
inspections. Did
pre-tuning
you?
the car.
Yeah, when I worked at X, we did
Oh,
inspections.
man.
The last year, for the first 2 years I worked there, we did inspections there.
Right.
you did the headlights, the horns, the brakes,
Right.
almost
Yeah,
crazy
you
stuff.
slam on the brakes
yeah.
and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
And they
I-
really ought to bring that back because some of this crap out there don't need to
Those
be on
are
the
those are
road.
safety things. But I did the emissions where I bought a 4-gas analyzer and I'd go in there and detune them as best you could to get the carbons low so you could get them through the
Right.
emissions, and then they come back and I'd give them their horsepower and gas mileage back. You know,
Yeah, we didn't have an emissions
We did.
inspection.
in Florida.
No, we didn't. They
Yeah,
didn't
not
have
around
emissions
not this
there.
area, but like West Palm.
West Palm had it, yeah.
I had over in St. Pete.
Did you?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
that,
it's
I'm
more
talking,
populated,
30
probably.
years
So
ago.
the DMV probably in West Palm is the same one that you have to bring a car, like if it's got a reconstructed title and you're
Yes,
fixing it.
yep,
and all
same
that.
Yeah.
place.
So they go through the car more thorough. is
Yeah,
what it
that's
is.
where you have to go.
Because all the stupid VIN plate mismatching and moving.
Yeah,
and
but
all that
to
crap.
do that for a car just because it's 35 years old, it's going to hurt the business. But
So when is
doesn't
his
matter.
When's his
Vin,
appointment?
Yeah.
If it's a Florida car, it's okay. If it's out of state coming in, no good. You have to go to
No,
West
but
Palm.
what if he bought a car in North Carolina
Right.
and he lived in Pensacola?
Okay.
That means he's got to go.
There might be something.
might be-
there might be something on the West Coast,
This
but
one's
I know
closest.
on the East Coast, Tom's got to go to West Palm Beach
Right.
to have him check the car
That's
out.
something to look into. Though.
I'll imagine
that
they could
one-
go to Tallahassee
Yeah, I was
from
gonna
the
say that's where the big
because that's
DMV is.
cap,
That's
right.
probably where they'll send you.
Right.
Yeah, because I know when you have the plates for the year of your car, you send them to Tallahassee to get them authenticated
that's
so
right.
they could put them on your car.
So what date did he get? October 13th?
October 13th.
All right, so I'm going to be out of town, so let's make sure that he gets one of my transfer tags if he
If
needs
he
to
needs,
use
I'm
it.
sure he's going to. I'm
Okay.
sure he's going to tow it. He's
Okay.
not going to drive it down
Okay.
there. It'd be a lot easier.
Okay,
So
that's kind of crazy.
crazy.
that's where we're at.
Man,
Things are changing.
man.
Gotta love it.
Oh yeah, they're changing.
They got to make money. Florida, with no state tax, you got to
Went
make
up a
money
half a point
Got to
today.
make money. You got to make it difficult.
Right.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to talk about a little bit of sponsorship stuff like that. Action Transmission Air Conditioning Service, 1041 U.S. Highway 1 in Vero Beach, Florida. There's some great people out there, and we talked a week or two ago, and everybody out there knows them and stuff, so we wanted to give a shout out. I looked at their Google rating, and they're a 4.8. That's
That's good.
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Hal Kurt knows what he's doing.
I looked at the next sponsor, which was Todd Byron's Classic Restorations, which is
wouldn't go there.
1212 23rd Street in Vero. I'd give the phone number out, but it's on Google, so you can find it yourself. But his Google rating is 5.0.
Yeah.
And please ask for Todd when you do call. He answers all the phone calls.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Came in here yesterday is how we did it.
My
Did all
auto
the
repair
Google
shop
reviews.
in Grant, Florida is Dolphin Auto, 321-984-8322. I'd give you the address,
Oh,
but
really?
most people don't drive that far. So Treasure Coast Auto, Inc.,
Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. What's the phone number?
Does he have a number yet?
All right.
He don't have a phone number yet. Let's not get crazy. He's not ready yet.
Because it's his cell phone right
He's
now.
not in business yet.
He's,
He's
that
taking-
many people.
Give him time.
New Vision Eye Center, 1055 37th Place, Vero Beach. Any eye surgery and everything. This isn't for your eyeglasses and all of that. But this is for cataracts and surgeries and stuff that are for that and all. So great people out there. They've been sponsoring this show and doing it for many, many years, and we appreciate all that they do for us and everything else. Right. So this is a Treasure Coast
That's one card.
Auto of Vero, LLC, Steve Charbonneau, and 772-213-8957. There, I said it. And there's another one, Treasure Coast Auto. Why is there two?
Because I'm special. I got
He's
business
got-
cards.
he got
Two
business
different
numbers.
cards, bro.
They have the same address and phone number on them.
I have different cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one generic. But, yeah, so that's what I do. So we'd like to say thank you to all those, as well as Jasper Engines and Transmissions, which Jacob Fairchild is our local regional representative for them. And he's doing so good. I mean, he's got a new granddaughter, and he's just loving life as Pop. So 1-800-827-7455 is the number for Jasper Engines and Transmissions national number. Give them a call. Give a shout out to Jacob for being a friend of our show and helping us out with everything we do. American Car Classics. You can tune in to us on any podcast across America. Spotify. You can do iTunes. You can do Facebook. You can do YouTube. We do some reels and some short videos out on Twitter and Instagram. And what else? And TikTok, yeah,
TikTok
that place.
videos,
We don't do anything on Snapchat, and we wouldn't because Snapchat just disappears. So it'd be kind of pointless to put something up that you want somebody to see later. So we don't do
Nothing
that.
ever disappears, buddy.
It's always up in the cloud.
That's the thing, isn't it? Isn't it true?
Could be a dark cloud.
So, Mike, you want to finish some more car shows before we try to read one car tech?
Yeah, this
question?
weekend, real quick, this weekend, Oktoberfest, October 22nd and 23rd, right here at the Indian River Fairgrounds. They're having a car show. Billy, what day is that? The 22nd they're having it? On Saturday. On this Saturday from 11 to 3, the gate opens at 9. Pre-registration only, no day of registration. Go to Vero
October,
Beach.
bro.
Yeah, Oktoberfest, October 22nd.
We're in September.
September, all right, so next month.
Bro.
Vero Beach Oktoberfest.com/car show. So there you go. Presented by Nice Roofing. Vero Beach, the Treasure and Space Coast biggest party. You guys going to this Oktoberfest?
What's
Sure.
the date?
October 22nd and 23rd, right here at the fairgrounds.
Right, so 22nd, I'll be out at Solaris Senior Living Care trying to help them out with a little bit of their stuff, and we're going to try and do breakfast at CJ Cannon's on Saturday morning, the 22nd, around 8
A lot
or
of stuff
8:30.
going on the same
Well,
days.
you know, because now the weather's starting to tighten up. We're
Right.
starting to cool down a little bit. We're in here tonight. No one's really sweating bad. The breeze is blowing. It's been real nice.
Yeah.
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 You do. Billy is
Cannon's.
saying that CJ Cannon's, you do there twice a month. And I wanted to speak at the next meeting or have it brought up that if we did this, you know, I'd be joining on the 22nd if everybody wanted to eat there and do. So it is the fourth Saturday of
the second Saturday of the month. Are they still doing breakfast at Cracker Barrel? Or is that changing? All right, so they're still doing breakfast at Cracker Barrel right here in Vero at 8 o'clock. And then on the fourth Saturday, breakfast at CJ Cannon's.
That's right.
Over by the Vero Beach Airport.
And that is the fourth Saturday, so right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very good. Very good. So, real quick, a tech talk question. I've got a minute and a half. I don't even know we want to try to do that. We'll just
Who
probably
got
try and-
booted?
We'll just try and wrap it up early. What we'll do is we'll talk about the Chattanooga Motorcar Festival for a minute.
Yeah, buddy.
Are you heading up?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
He's going.
Okay. So it looks like the gang is going to go back and do the same thing we did last year and have a lot of fun. Meekum Auctions is back for a second year.
Yeah.
This is going to be October 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Right.
At Chattanooga, Tennessee. Byron DeFore and his brothers put on a hell of a show. They bring a lot of people in, some good celebrities, and
You should be able to get some good interviews.
yeah, and the concourse, the elegance, the amount of classic cars, the car with the 15-foot wooden blade that kid was going to get chopped up on that first year. Remember that?
Yep.
I mean, let's just spin the thing fast. I was like, this is not going to end up good. But we've been able to work on some great cars and see some great things and meet some great people and have some laughs. You sent me an emoji or something the other day from the water boy.
Him too.
And it just reminds you of it. It was Ron, right down Main Street, buddy. It was about 9:30 at night, which made it an hour past cocktails when they were kicking in, and it was a great time. But the weather is always beautiful. It is the one vacation that I plan on every year doing now, and I just can't wait for it. I'm pulling Lucium, a whole new exhaust system, so I better hurry. Because
Hurry
it's
up,
going to take a
'cause
couple
it takes 6 weeks.
Right. I'm servicing everything else and getting it ready, and we've got new door seals in it because last year it was chilly and I had a blanket on the front seat.
There you go. Play us out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We are the American Car Classics radio program. If you like these mugs, you like what you hear, like us, share us, tell people about us. Phil, what else they need to do? Everything? Just overload yourselves with us.
You're
We'll
not
see you next
first, you're
time.
last. Bye.